I'm just gonna jump right in. Why does Ed want to make this movie? Let me set the stage for you. It's the ultimate fight against the ultimate villain. Wait for it. Cancer. It's an epic movie. It's called The Dream Team, and whether we all live or die is in the hands of, are you ready for it? The Dream Team. They're the best and the brightest doctors, scientists, researchers. How about this? We're just gonna try it. You're a brilliant Dream Team doctor. You're at the forefront of cancer research. Ready, and go.
Are you sold on cancer? Because I see my character as a doctor, but a doctor of philosophy.
Okay.
What he does is that through logic, he proves that cancer no longer exists.
Why are you wearing a fake beard?
No, it's not a fake beard. It's a chin toupee.
Dream Team auditions, take one.
You know, if Matt Damon's involved, can I be the genius and he play the supportive best friend this time? I think that's more realistic.
You know what? I'd rather not get in the middle of that.
Okay, I just want to make sure that this female doctor role isn't scripted as the love interest. Am I right?
Look, I know what the script says, but I really don't think anyone's gonna believe that this male doctor and the female doctor are just friends. Anybody?
I know you got a lot of people coming down the line. I would just like to take this time to say that I'm super against cancer. I don't like it.
What if I play like a Darth Vader character? Leukemia, I am your father.
I'm feeling so proud to be able to represent a character as powerful and passionate as... Wait, her name is Girl Number 3?
I think we should change my line to that doctor is all hat, no cattle.
I don't know what that means.
It's a Texas phrase, man. Just analogize. Yeah.
Are the female doctors paid the same as male doctors, or is it like Hollywood?
Who's playing cancer?
I don't know if this is gonna work.
Live from the Music Center's Walt Disney Concert Hall in downtown Los Angeles, this is Stand Up to Cancer.
Once in a while, something happens that is so important that we all have to stop what we're doing for a moment and take note. That's what's going on right here tonight, because for the next hour, something special, something unique, something unprecedented is going to happen, and you should be a part of it. Because tonight, I'm here to tell you that we are at a real tipping point in cancer research, and Stand Up to Cancer is leading the charge. In the next hour, you will learn about Stand Up's game-changing work and why you should support it. It's simple. Cancer touches us all. In the United States, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 2 men will get it, and 1,800 people die from cancer every single day in the US and Canada. My reason to stand up tonight is my father, Charlie Cooper, who passed away from lung cancer in 2011. I was lucky enough to be with him through his treatments, and I was with him in the end. He was my best friend, and there's not a day I don't miss him, and I know that's an experience I share with millions around the world. What I hope for is this, that one day, every cancer patient can become a survivor. This is what we can achieve together when we all stand up to cancer.
The reason I stand up is for everybody out there fighting cancer.
I stand up to cancer because it affected my sister.
I stand up for my son, Ty.
For my brother-in-law. For my father.
For everyone in my life that I love.
And for those that may be diagnosed.
Because it's so easy to think that the future will just never come after cancer.
I am standing up with and on behalf of my late Aunt Mary Jane, who was one of the most special people in my life and is the reason, one of the big reasons that I'm an actress today.
Stand Up to Cancer, with its brilliant scientists and doctors who do nothing but eat, drink, and sleep beating cancer, is our key to making sure there will be a day when no one feels that kind of loss again. It's a beautiful thing the way Stand Up to Cancer works. Progress is on the march, people. It is. And this is the moment that we can grab hold of this disease and tame it. It's historic, it's real, it's big. So let's do something great in the honor of the ones that we've loved and lost. Let's turn every cancer patient into a survivor. Let's make that our reason to stand up tonight. Let's dream that big and stand tall in this fundamental truth that when we join together to fight cancer right now, we can beat it. Believe that. I do. Please share your reason using the hashtag #ReasonsToStandUp.
It takes courage and a whole lot of hope to say we're going to take on cancer. And that's what Stand Up to Cancer did. They didn't say that's someone else's problem to deal with. They said, we're going to figure this out. They invited you and me to build a movement and to take it on. They created dream teams of the best doctors and scientists. They collaborate in real time to get new treatments to your dad or mom or best friend's bedside and do it faster. Every generation has its moment to do something big for history. This is our moment to be the generation that helped end cancer as we know it. Please give what you can. 100% of your donations received tonight will go directly to Stand Up to Cancer and Stand Up to Cancer Canada's groundbreaking research.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Dust in orbit, baby. Cascades down like a parachute. Hey. Bricks on my shoulders. Oh no, babe. This gravity hurts when you know the truth. Huh. I'm pulling my weight and on. Call me anxious, call me broke, but I can't lift this on my own. I'm pulling my weight and on. Call me anxious, call me broke, but I can't lift this on my own. So, no, babe.
She just wants to be beautiful. She goes unnoticed. She knows no limit. She craves attention. She praises an image. She prays to be sculpted by the sculptor. Oh, she don't see the light that's shining deeper than the eyes can find it. Maybe we are made of blind, so she tries to cover up her pain and cut her woes away. 'Cause cover girls don't cry after the face is made. But there's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing. The world could change its heart. No scars till you're beautiful. Good stars and we're beautiful. There's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing. The world could change its heart. No scars till you're beautiful. With stars and we're beautiful. Hope is waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing. The world could change its heart. No scars till you're beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful.
That song is dedicated to people of all ages who are fighting cancer now. And if you're looking for inspiration and hope, you'll want to see the story of this mind-blowing young man.
What is it, Doctor? Well, we think it could be cancer.
Mitchell, how do I say this? He knew he was on borrowed time.
One night, he grabbed my hand and just said, "Mom, I can't bear it anymore." His body had just been through too much. Chemotherapy, the radiation, bone marrow transplant. I mean, at this point, we were 4 years in, and everyone was pretty invested in trying to save his life, but not really knowing if we were gonna make it. This time, his leukemia had progressed into his brain. The doctor said, "Mitchell, we can buy you some time, but there's nothing else I can do for you."
He was not going to make it. And the next day he went to school. So he could tell his friends it's okay. He knew they were scared.
It was a really rough time, but none of us were ready to be done fighting, especially Mitchell. Rob and I had seen the story of the very first child that had received immunotherapy at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. So I picked up the phone.
We had treated a small number of patients with a very small amount of disease in their spinal fluid, but we hadn't treated anybody with a large amount of brain leukemia like Mitch because we thought it might be too risky. But we knew for sure that there was no other possible treatment for him.
Dr. Grupp explained to Mitchell that we've never done this before. And, you know, Mitchell's response was, will you be able to use my data even if I don't make it?
And he said, "Yeah, Mitch, we're gonna learn a lot from you. But the reason why you're here is for us to save your life."
Immunotherapy takes the patient's own immune cells, engineers them to attack the cancer, and puts them back into the body and have them attack the cancer.
We know that there's this risk that the areas that are involved with cancer will get worse temporarily while the T cells do their thing, and that's what we were looking for, and that, I can tell you, is what happened with Mitch.
He was in a coma for 4 or 5 days. And then Mitchell opened his eyes. He said, "Hi, Dad."
I was in a coma last summer. My future was so uncertain for so long that you just learn to not think about it. I really don't know what's in my future, but I know it's not cancer. So, that's all I can ask for.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mitch Carbon.
More than a year ago, I was dying, but now I'm cancer-free, and I just started my freshman year in college. Thank you, Stand Up to Cancer, because if it wasn't for the research you support, I wouldn't be standing here right now.
These are all the people who stood up with Mitch. And because of the incredible work being done by the Stand Up to Cancer St. Baldrick's Foundation Pediatric Dream Team, and because of you, more kids like Mitch can survive this disease.
Immunotherapy played a major role in Mitch's treatment. It sounds complicated, but it's not. Let me explain. The T cells of our immune system keep us healthy by fighting anything that might make us sick. But for some reason, T cells often can't tell that cancer cells are the bad guys. So one type of immunotherapy engineers or alters our T cells to recognize cancer cells, like putting superpower glasses on them. Now they see the cancer cells and kill them. And that's how just one form of immunotherapy works. See, that wasn't hard, was it?
Hey, I'm Rob Riggle. Welcome to the Hub. This is it. We got a lot of celebrities hanging out here. Celine Dion's here. Can't wait to see her sing later tonight. And they'll be talking to you, taking your calls all night, personally thanking you for your donations. You might get a chance to talk to, I don't know, Matt Bomer right here, huh? Or Brenda Song, or Mel B, or Shannon Doherty. And for those of you who don't know, Shannon's in the middle of her own fight against breast cancer. And just so you know, we're all with you.
Thank you. You know, every person who gives tonight has the potential to save a patient's life, a patient like me. And this extraordinary effort means the world to all of us. So thank you.
Well, we are so glad you're here. Where's my friend Dr. Ken? Dr. Ken's supposed to be... There he is, Dr. Ken.
How you doing,
How are you?
man?
Good to see you. He's a real doctor. He's a real doctor, in case you don't know.
I'm very proud to be up here standing for my wife, Dr. Tran Ho. She's a triple-negative breast cancer survivor and now 8 years cancer-free. Love you, Tran.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Besides your wife's connection, what are you doing here tonight?
Well, I'm going to be sharing some tips on cancer screening and prevention, and I absolutely love being part of Stand Up to Cancer. They dared to dream big and did so with an unprecedented group of collaborators and their extraordinary partner, the American Association for Cancer Research. The AACR works with scientific advisors to make sure that funding goes to the right places, right labs, right scientists, and that there's rigorous oversight of research progress. Their dedication makes all of this happen.
That's awesome. Remember, tonight you can make a difference too. Give, 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 and give some more. 100% of your donations received tonight will go directly to Stand Up to Cancer and Stand Up to Cancer Canada's cutting-edge research. And for all of you in Canada, tonight's donations will stay there to support Stand Up to Cancer Canada.
Whose life hasn't been touched by cancer? I know mine has. In 1997, my husband Jay was diagnosed with colon cancer when he was just 41. Our daughters were 1 and 5. Jay fought with every fiber of his being, but died 9 months later. When I look at Ellie and Carrie today, now 25 and 20, I can't help but think how many things Jay missed, like graduations and proms. And I wonder what he would say about these two smart, funny, incredibly decent young women who are so much like their father. Colon cancer is the second leading cancer killer of men and women in this country. Now, you don't have to see my colon to know that early detection saves lives. So please help me honor Jay and so many others like him by talking to your doctor about screening and urging the people you love to do the same. I'm thrilled to announce tonight that we'll be launching a new colorectal cancer dream team, and I am in awe of their commitment to fighting this disease. You know, we couldn't do any of this work without a group of very special people. Take a look.
You know, we often use words so casually that sometimes they lose their meaning. Words like heroes. Tonight I want to introduce you to some real heroes. Not superheroes from comic books, not characters from movies, but brilliant scientists and doctors who spend every waking moment in pursuit of one goal, to come up with new ways to protect you and me from one of the greatest threats of our time.
Stand Up to Cancer has been at the forefront of the most exciting areas in cancer science and treatment, and it's pushing forward as fast as it can.
Now everybody talks about team science and bringing scientists from different places to work together. Well, Stand Up to Cancer invented that.
It's a great model for bringing people together, for breaking down barriers between different expertise to be able to really attack the big problems.
And now is the opportunity that we have with Stand Up to Cancer for mobilizing everything that we've learned into clinical practice.
We have more and more immunotherapy agents in clinic and more people that we think are cured.
We have people who've been treated with devastating diseases, with new immunotherapies. Their cancers are completely gone. Their lives are being stitched back together. It's incredible.
This is our chance to bring back the true meaning of the word hero. Those men and women who pursue a cause greater than themselves and who are making a crucial contribution to the future of humanity. And tonight, you can be part of this. You can support these incredible doctors and scientists with a life-saving donation. Try it. It'll feel good to be on the winning team.
I have 3 reasons to stand up tonight. One is for my amazing mom, another is for my wonderful grandmother, and the third is for my friend and one of the co-founders of Stand Up to Cancer, Laura Ziskin. I know Laura would be so proud of what we have achieved. This map behind me shows where Stand Up to Cancer started and how it's working in all of these places. I mean, look at that. From nothing to more than 140 institutions involved. More than 1,200 researchers collaborating, 160 clinical trials planned, initiated, or completed, and 19 Stand Up to Cancer Dream Teams. And tonight, we are excited to announce 2 new cancer interception dream teams targeting cancer of the lungs and the pancreas, funded by 3 terrific partners who join us in looking for ways to stop cancers before they start. My friend Laura was a filmmaker, and she would often say, in my world, the hero always defeats the villain, the boy always gets the girl, and cancer is no more. So let's do everything we can to make that our world too. Thank you.
Oh, hello, camera in the bathroom. Interception. Well, that sounds complicated, but it's really not. Let me explain. You see, with cancer interception, doctors identify which cells will become cancerous right when they are first turning bad. They intercept them while they are potentially vulnerable to treatment and before they spread to other parts of the body. And like magic, they are gone. Okay, not magic, but something called science. And that's how cancer interception works. See, that wasn't that hard, was it?
Sir?
Hello. Thank you, Usher. This is a beautiful towel.
Thank
you. Now, I'll get you next time.
Survivor is a glorious word. It's powerful, it's inspiring, and nothing compares to being able to say to you tonight that I am a cancer survivor, 13 years and counting. This disease runs through my family like a river, and it's a big deal to say that I survived breast and ovarian cancer. I wouldn't be standing here tonight if it wasn't for the progress research has made in recent decades. But most of all, I was lucky because I caught it early. Pay attention to your body. If you think something's wrong, go to the doctor. Take charge of your health and fight to be a survivor too. And take action tonight. We need you to join us like the American Cancer Society has. They're committed to growing the overall investment in groundbreaking research. The American Cancer Society and Stand Up to Cancer's Lung Cancer Dream Team is dedicated to speeding up the research to benefit lung cancer patients and have a real impact on the #1 cancer killer. So please, give tonight. Give every person fighting breast, ovarian, lung, every kind of cancer, the chance to call themselves this glorious, powerful, and inspiring word, a survivor.
We're back again. Yes, we are. And it is time to learn more about getting screened. Is that right, Dr. Ken?
Yes, it's Take Charge of Your Health Night. Early detection saves lives, and getting screened is easier than you think. Rally Health and Stand Up to Cancer encourage everyone watching to take the pledge to find out which screenings might be right for you. So check out getscreenednow.org and take the pledge. It only takes me a minute. Let me tell you, screenings matter. You want some proof? Listen to Charlie Wilson.
That's right. I got screened, and it's why I'm a prostate cancer survivor.
And we're so happy and honored you're with us tonight, Charlie. Now, please join me in welcoming my buddy, Tony Hale.
Hey, Ken. Hey, Ken. What time is my appointment?
Right now.
Okay.
I'm here to teach you how to conduct a self-exam for testicular cancer.
Okay, I thought I was getting a massage.
Right away you are. That's right. Self-exams of the testicles are important because this is the most common form of cancer for men ages 15 to 35.
Okay, I'm not ready for this.
Ready now.
Okay.
All right. Now, all you have to remember is lump, L-U-M-P. Look for anything that's unusual or firm.
Okay.
Use your hands to check. Monthly exams are best. and phone your doctor if you notice anything.
Oh, that sounds easy enough.
Are you ready?
Nope.
Perfect.
Okay.
Here we go.
What do you mean? What do you show my business? You don't tell me we're gonna do this. What are you talking about, Ken? What do you mean? Just show it? Fine. You know what? Fine. I'll show it right here. Fine.
Gorgeous.
Oh, thank you so much.
You definitely don't want to miss out on that. And don't forget, the party continues on the Stand Up to Cancer's Facebook Live from the Hub. Call us. This is a real tipping point in cancer research, and we need your support. You're going to want to talk to Lori Loughlin or Mark Paul Gosselaar, all right? They're ready. They're ready for you. So keep those reasons to stand up. Keep them coming in.
I am so grateful to be here tonight and so thankful for my good health. When I was diagnosed with breast cancer, it had such an impact on my family. But we pulled together with love and faith. But not alone. It takes a village, and I'm indebted to my caring doctors, nurses, and pathologists. This next performance of David Bowie's iconic song is dedicated to those heroes, the doctors, nurses, scientists, and dream team members on the front lines of this important fight. Direct from the Academy of Country Music Honors at the historic Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, please welcome Keith Urban, Dierks Bentley, and Little Big Town.
I wish I could swim like dolphins can swim. Yeah, though nothing can keep us together. We can beat them forever and ever, and we can be heroes if just for one day. I
Fifth Third Bank knows that no one wins a race alone, especially the race to end cancer. That's why they teamed up with Stand Up to Cancer to accelerate the pace of research. Together with Stand Up to Cancer, Fifth Third Bank is committed to putting the pedal to the metal, leaving cancer in the dust.
Here's something you may not know about us Canadians. We love to say sorry. If you already knew that, sorry. But we also love to say thank you. And that's why it's my privilege to give a big, heartfelt thank you to every Canadian working to end cancer's treacherous grip. Stand Up to Cancer Canada is thriving in 14 institutions across the country. Our Stand Up to Cancer Canada dream teams involve 56 brilliant scientists.
Thank you to each and every one of them. Thank you, Dr. Tak Mak in Toronto and Dr. Sam Aparicio in Vancouver. They're in charge of the Stand Up to Cancer Canada, Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation Breast Cancer Dream Team.
Thanks to you, we can continue our exciting research.
Thank you, Dr. Peter Dirks and Dr. Sam Weiss, leaders of the Stand Up to Cancer Canada Cancer Stem Cell Dream Team.
Because you stand up, I can make better treatments for patients.
All of this happens because of the generosity of our collaborators and donors. Thank you for every cent. Thank you, the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation, with support from CIBC. Thank you, Genome Canada, the Canadian Institutes of Health Research, the Cancer Stem Cell Consortium, the Ontario Institute for Cancer Research, and AstraZeneca. So please join this movement too, and call the number on the screen. Stand up to cancer with us, because you know what's better than saying thank you? The chance to say you're welcome to a cancer survivor who benefited because you gave.
You're watching Stand Up to Cancer.
This is for my niece who passed away. I'm standing up for my grandpa Morty. My friend Jerry's dad. I stand up to cancer for my cousin Charlie.
I'm doing this so that every child has a future.
I stand up because Stand Up to Cancer is helping to change the way cancer research is done.
I'm standing up to cancer because my Aunt Susan is currently enduring her cancer treatment.
I stand up for all those we've lost, my grandma and my mother.
I stand up to cancer because the ones I love have lost the ones that they love.
It's a robber and a thief. He's taken way too many friends of mine and way too many family.
My best friend is going in for radiation tomorrow, and she's gonna beat it.
My dear friend, Ruby, I love you, I miss you.
I stand up to cancer for 6-year-old Connor in Clay, Alabama.
Throughout the past year and a half, I've met the most courageous people. Their stories and their courage and their fight are the reason that I stand up.
My reason to stand up is my mother, who is still with us today and survived with joy and with grace.
And the reason I stand up is because so many of my friends and family members who we lost to cancer can't.
My reason to stand up is Tommy.
My niece, Coco.
My friend, Andy.
Children.
I believe in the power of collaboration that Stand Up to Cancer is all about.
Together, we can beat cancer. You know why? It's people's lives depend on it.
Hi, I'm Tig Notaro, stand-up comedian and cancer survivor. Thank you. Here's a little tidbit about me. I was diagnosed with bilateral breast cancer. I ended up getting a double mastectomy. Before I had a double mastectomy, I was already pretty flat-chested. And I made so many jokes about it over the years, about how small my boobs were, that I started to think that maybe they overheard me. And we're just like, you know what? We're sick of this. Let's kill her. I hope you support Stand Up to Cancer, like our donor, Merck. They believe in prioritizing Stand Up to Cancer's state-of-the-art research and improving patients' lives just as much as we do. It takes collaboration and resolve to accelerate innovative science. Please call the number on your screen.
Everything's fine. I just thought I was being helpful. You're gonna drink this whole thing, right?
Now we're talking. Every backstage needs a bar.
A juice bar.
With fruits, greens, and other vegetables which help reduce the risk of cancer.
Ooh. And this drink is in honor of another donor. CVS Health is doing extraordinary work in communities in the United States. They stopped selling tobacco. They're helping many people quit smoking and making it harder for others to start. And they are committed to supporting Stand Up to Cancer's research to push the science further and faster. Here's the CVS Health kicking cancer's butt.
We've got more tips online, so go to the website, check it out, and give while you're there. Call the number on the screen. And if the phone lines are busy, go to the website and keep trying. Check out our YouTube channel for more people sharing their reasons to stand up. Cheers.
When you see a parent pass, when you're sitting at that bedside holding their hand, looking into their eyes, telling them it's okay to let go, that moment defines life for what it really is all about. I know because I held my father's hand as he lay dying of cancer. I looked into his eyes, watched him breathe, and promised him to take care of Mom and the grandkids the best I could. I stand up in life because of the love he gave. I stand up proudly tonight for the husband, the father, the man, Dan Davis. We all have someone. We all have a reason to be on our feet. Please give what you can. We count on donors like you and the Lusk-Garten Foundation who have supported 5 Stand Up to Cancer research teams. That's right, 5 teams, and all focused on ending pancreatic cancer, the cancer that killed my father. So give and share your reasons to stand up at #ReasonsToStandUp. Let us know who brought you joy, strength, and inspiration in their precious life.
We're all busy. We get caught up in our own lives, but sometimes it's important to stop what we're doing and work together, because when we do, anything's possible. Stand Up to Cancer knows that, which is why they've pulled together the best minds in cancer research. None of this would be happening without you giving what you can, or without donors like MasterCard. So what do you say, MasterCard employees and people around the world? Let's stand up together. Excuse me. Oh, yep.
Keith Fox, my new friend here, has always lived a healthy lifestyle. He took care of himself, his daughter, and his wife. But on September 24th, 2014, he was devastated to find out that he had bladder cancer, stage 4. When other treatments didn't work, Keith heard about a new Stand Up to Cancer immunotherapy clinical trial made possible with support from donors like Bristol Myers Squibb. So Keith drove all the way from his home in Janesville, Wisconsin, to Houston, Texas to enroll. Keith has been cancer-free now for more than a year. This innovative research approach, known as immuno-oncology, offers patients tremendous hope and possibilities. Keith?
Thanks, Katie. I'm so grateful to be here tonight and for the opportunity to be a dad and a husband. Thank you to Stand Up and to all of your supporters like Bristol Myers Squibb and their employees. Please call the number on the screen and give.
You know, it's amazing what we can do when we all stand together, especially when we have a passionate and committed leader to inspire us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a real honor to introduce the Vice President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Hello,
Hello, folks. My name's Joe Biden. I work for Katie Couric. You know, to the end of my beau's life, he made every single moment count. Despite the cancer, the treatments, the pain, he lived and he passed away the way he lived, defined by his courage and but full of hope to the end, because through it all, we learned what you're learning tonight. We're at a tipping point in our fight against cancer. The science, the technology is there. Research is happening, and we are on the cusp of ending cancer as we know it. And to seize this moment, President Obama put me in charge of the Cancer Moonshot, a national effort with a simple mission to double the progress in the next 5 years, to do what we could do in 10 years. And that means increasing federal funding for breakthrough research, creating new partnerships between nations, foundations, universities, companies to increase prevention and accelerate new therapies. But it's more than that. The Moonshot is all of us. If you're a cancer patient or survivor, ask your doctor, how can you share your medical data to advance research and help other patients? If you're a researcher, if you're a physician at one of the world-class cancer institutes, you know that every moment counts. How many times have you ever heard, Doc, can you just give me one more month so I can walk her down the aisle? Doc, can you give me another year so I can pay off the house so my wife will be okay when I go? Time matters. Every single minute matters. So collaborate, share information. And for everyone else, you can do something as well. You can give every cancer patient and their family what they need, and they need it dearly: help. So visit cancer.serve.gov to learn how you can volunteer to help your loved ones, your friends, and your neighbors to stand up to cancer. It's not going to be easy, but we are America. There is nothing we cannot do if we set our mind to it. We can do this for the loved ones we've lost and for all those who we can save. Every day matters, every moment matters, and thank you all so much. We're going to beat this. We're going to beat this. Thank you.
I've had 2 surgeries, a lot of chemotherapy, which I call healing therapy. I've been in remission, and now I am back in treatment. I have surrounded myself with family and friends whose love and support has been key to my healing. My reason to stand up to cancer is to raise awareness for ovarian cancer. Together, we can find a cure.
Stand Up to Cancer's dream teams are changing the way cancer is treated with their breakthrough discoveries. A few years ago, men were diagnosed with late-stage prostate cancers, and there were no treatment options for them. But today, thanks to one of our Stand Up to Cancer Prostate Cancer Foundation dream teams, there are. Please give what you can and support this life-changing science.
Jeannie and I married 51 years ago in Rochester, New York.
Oh, we met on a blind date.
I was blind.
And I was the date.
Woods Brown and his wife Jeannie always dreamt of retiring to the tranquility of a lake house in Michigan. But Woods had reason to fear that he might not get there. His family had a long history with cancer.
I lost my father about 20 years ago now, but the only treatment he got was chemo. And that was really hard on him. And he went downhill from there, and about a year later, he died. It was really a shock when my brother got cancer. They diagnosed him with stage 4 liver cancer, and they just sent him home to die. It wasn't more than 3 weeks from the time he was diagnosed to the time they passed away. I've always gone and had my prostate checked, had the numbers checked. Everything seemed to be going all right, except one year, my numbers went up.
When Woods was diagnosed with advanced prostate cancer, he wasn't ready to let cancer define his fate. He enrolled in a clinical trial at the University of Michigan.
The clinical trial made it possible to actually be smarter about the cancer through learning from the tissues that we were able to obtain from patients through biopsies.
Now we have the tools to, comprehensively sequence the tumors from cancer patients. By actually understanding what caused an individual's cancer, I think we have a much better chance of actually treating that individual's cancer. So really moving towards precision therapy for cancer patients.
Deep breath. Good.
2 months after I started on the trial, my PSA was down to non-detectable. And it's been that way for, I think, 2.5 years. I think if people get checkups, they can save their lives. There's just been a tremendous advancements in the treatment for cancer, and Stand Up to Cancer is helping these doctors really make a difference. And I'm living proof of that.
Tonight, you've heard a lot. You've heard us thank a lot of donors, and now it's time to thank other generous supporters of Stand Up to Cancer. And we thank every single one of you too, because every donation, big and small, counts. It counts the same way it did with the March of Dimes. In 1938, Americans started donating spare dimes to wipe out polio, and all those dimes added up. A vaccine was developed, and polio is almost eradicated globally. So please call the number on the screen. Thank you.
My father is my reason to stand up to cancer. After a long battle with colon cancer, he passed away in 2008, but he lives in our hearts forever.
Last night, Jessica lost her voice, and she wrote this speech about her breakthrough moment in her fight against cancer, and I want to deliver it on her behalf. So Jessica wrote, "I had stage 4 lung cancer that was spreading throughout my body, and I tried everything to stop it. It kept getting worse. I was determined to stay hopeful. I needed to live to raise my boys. So I started a clinical trial. Some months later, my doctor shared something amazing. I had no evidence of disease. It felt like magic getting the news. Breakthrough moments happen when you least expect them." Is there more? Oh, sorry. How does that? Genentech understands that. Okay, sorry. Thank you, Stand Up to Cancer, for paving the way for doctors and scientists to go bold. Thank you, Genentech, for being a sponsor and your commitment to Stand Up to Cancer research. Thanks to all of you for supporting this life-saving work. Let's create more breakthrough moments for every patient out there.
When Stand Up to Cancer began, Major League Baseball stepped up to the plate and said, yes, we'll stand up with you. Well, since then, baseball, its clubs, players, and fans have stood up for the ones they have loved and lost, and for those fighting for their lives. Today, founding donor Major League Baseball is standing up once again, and this year, their support means more than ever, because more treatments are working, more breakthroughs are happening, and more patients are getting what they need most: time. Major League Baseball stands not just for those facing cancer, but for the hope and belief that future generations won't have to.
Hey, we're still here. All these stars want to talk to you. The phones will remain open. You can call 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Stand Up to Cancer with us, all right? We need you. Yep, sorry. He's on the phone right now.
If you want to know what courage looks like, what hope's all about, look into the eyes of a cancer patient enrolled in a clinical trial. Those eyes say it all. I'm here, I'm fighting. I'm doing something for me that just might go on to help other people. All over the country, there are clinical trials that offer new treatments for cancer patients. Yet it's estimated that less than 3% of eligible adults sign up. So if you or someone you know is interested in a clinical trial, Go to the website to learn more.
I don't think about having cancer every day. I don't live my life like I'm gonna die. I live my life like I'm going to live.
Trina was diagnosed over 3.5 years ago with colon cancer. Her cancer was metastatic, so it had already spread. As we've treated her over these years, her cancer has continued to come back and be resistant to multiple treatments that we've given her.
Rock bottom for me was, of course, getting sick. And then during my healing period is when my marriage fell apart. It's a very difficult thing to feel unwanted, fighting for your life. I'm not going to allow what happened to, one, take me away from my son, and two, to just deplete me of anything good that is supposed to come to me. I choose happy. I have cancer, but it is not going to determine who I am. I'm going to teach cancer how to be sexy. I was in the hospital and I posted on Facebook a picture of myself, and there was this woman who said, "You're beautiful. Would you walk in my fashion shows for Paris and New York?" And without thinking about it, I said, yes.
About a year ago, we enrolled her on this clinical trial, and she has done beautifully.
The goal of our trial is reverse the resistance to chemotherapy and other therapies by giving epigenetic therapy. So reprogram cancer cells, in a sense, to be more normal. We'd love to cure all cancers, but another big goal is to make that cancer stable enough that you can live with it. Trina is emblematic of someone who's doing that. She teaches others to do that, and I'm amazed at some of the things she does.
Every time that I put my foot on a runway, I know that I am empowering other women who are going through what I'm going through. Here I am bald with stage 4 metastatic cancer, but here I am on a runway.
American Airlines knows that in times of need, nothing is more important than family. That's why we're so grateful that American Airlines and its family of flyers have joined our mission to turn every cancer patient into a survivor.
Hey, let's imagine this. 30 years from now, or 20 or 10, if we're lucky, someone asks, where were you in the fight against cancer? Did you stand up? Did you give? Did you take part in the fights against the big C? Don't we want to say to our kids and our grandkids, and if we're lucky, really lucky, to our grandkids, great-grandkids, that we all stood up, that we gave, that we joined the movement? Well, call the number on the screen. Do it for your wife and your partner and your best friend and your dad and your mom and your kids. Do it for the grandkids. Join, so we can leave an extraordinary gift to humankind, ensuring that one day every cancer patient can become a survivor. And now, from a woman who knows all too well why we must stand up, our final performance of the night, from Celine Dion.
Thank you. I miss Renee every day, and the loss will now be a part of my life. I also lost my father and my brother, Daniel, to cancer. A few months ago, during my most difficult time of grieving, I received an unexpected gift from an amazing artist that I have always admired, Pink. She offered me a song that expresses the power to stand up and stay strong. The most wonderful song is called Recovering. recovering the faith of a child. That part of my heart I was reckless in the wild. I am recovering the hope that I lost, the part of my soul that paid the cost. Little by little, day by day, one step at a time, shake off the devil. Oh, take back my peace of mind. I am a recovering anxiety addict, a broken perfectionist, somewhat erratic. I am a recovering, a constant regretter. I hold it against her, at least still forever. Little by little, day by day, one step at a time, shake off the devil. Oh, take back my peace of mind. Hold me as I fall apart, baby. Hold me here in the dark, 'cause the only run just as far as I could from my heart. But I'm going back to the start, little by little, day by day, one step at a time, shake off the devil. Oh, take back my peace of mind. Tell him I love him. Yes, take back my peace of mind. Yes.
Thank you for giving your time tonight and standing up to cancer. Give a little, give a lot if you can. We're getting closer every day to beating this thing, and it could be your dollars that make the crucial difference. So support Stand Up to Cancer now. It's not too late to call. Phone lines are staying open. Call now. Let's support Stand Up to Cancer so that one day soon every cancer patient can become a survivor. Thank you, and good night.
Welcome.